What's up, everybody? It's been a couple weeks since we did a podcast, but I'm on a little vacation weekend with the wife. Our anniversary was a couple weeks ago, so the reason I'm kind of doing this is, a few days ago I was in a pretty bad car accident, and the fact that I'm even being able to sit up straight is pretty remarkable, especially when you see my truck, or what was left of it. It's totaled. Long story short, I was sitting in traffic and guy in a Denali, full size truck, rear ended me at 70 miles an hour while I was standing still in traffic. He just wasn't paying attention. Truck was mangled. Thankfully, the cab stayed intact. My truck it did what it was supposed to do, which is keep me alive somehow. Um, had some bumps and bruises, no doubt, and my back was all out of whack, and there's a lot going on. But the fact that I was able to get out of that, alive, and several days later I'm, you know, getting through it, and looks like I'll make I guess, as good as a recovery as you can for the accident that incurred. Um, but this is just about appreciating life. The past few months, me and my wife have been doing a lot of talking, and I'm not going to get into the whole my life story, but everybody's got stuff they go through as a kid, stuff they go through as a young adult, and then as an adult in their career, and whatever paths they choose. And you know it somehow can shape your personality. Um, and you can develop a piss poor personality, a negative or cynical, jaded outlook on life because of so much that you've seen and things that have been done to you and people you care about. So you can go through life, whatever it is, 46 years, 76 years, 106 years, whatever, pissed off and angry, or you can put those things behind you. You know, I'm very fortunate to have the wife that I have. You can put those things behind you and try to make the best of it. And, I swore a few weeks ago that's what I was going to do, and I've been doing it. And that accident happened, and it's crazy because I think a couple months ago, if that accident happened, I would have went right back to being a miserable, pessimistic kind of person, or I shouldn't say pessimistic, but more cynical. I'm actually an optimistic person. Sometimes I'm just way too much of a realist, and sometimes the realisms you're exposed to, again, can shape your personality. So, but I could have went back to being that person, and instead, I kind of just thank God that I'm alive. Um, when I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw that truck coming, when I was stopped. When I say stopped, I mean you're just stopped in traffic. And this guy had a straight line. I don't know how the hell he didn't see me. And he basically told the cops he wasn't paying attention. So at least he admitted that. But when I looked in my rearview mirror and I saw that, and I realized this guy's not stopping, and I kind of, had that second to brace for impact. Very quickly, it went through my head like, okay, this is probably going to be it. I mean, when you see a truck like the size of the Denali, and coming for me, and it was one of those this is it kind of moments. Then I got hit, thrown all over the place, and there's this quick glimpse I got of my truck headed for the concrete barrier, which separates oncoming traffic. And it hits the barrier, and all I'm thinking of is, if this truck goes over the barrier, that's it. I mean, I'm just going in oncoming traffic, and after the hit I just took, my power bar is kind of on the lower end right now, and thankfully that barrier stopped me from going into oncoming traffic, because if it didn't, there is absolutely no doubt I would have been dead 5 times over. So instead of rambling here, I just want to kind of give you what I'm looking at now. kind of away for the weekend with the wife. Our anniversary was a couple weeks ago, and for people out there who are having this look, and I know politics doesn't help it, and you got to stay informed. I'm never going to sit there and say don't stay informed, but take time to look at really what God has to offer and what nature has to offer. Get out there and have that moment, because it's all for nothing. If we're out here and we're busting our ass and trying to make things right politically, and we're trying to pay for the house that we're living in and pay for the food we're putting on our table. I mean, it's all day to day, but we get so caught up in it that we don't stop to smell the flowers sometimes and touch the grass. And I'm not a big fan of just being lazy and laying in a hammock all day, but sometimes you got to rest your head. I mean, especially if you're working your ass off, you got to get out with the ones you love, or even by yourself once in a while, and you know again, see why we're doing it. Get a look at nature, what we're fighting for, and remind ourselves that life is good. We have bad times, no doubt. It has been a rough several years, and but like I said, I'm hurting right now physically, but mentally, I try to keep a positive outlook because it could be a whole lot worse. I realized that when I looked at my truck and I realized that accident, it could have been a whole hell of a lot worse. So, I just hope everyone's having a blessed weekend, and I hope everybody is, with the people they love. And if you're not, I hope you find your way there. And I just wanted to leave that with you, something positive. I didn't want to have too much of a bitch fest. We've been doing too much of it, and we'll probably get back to it as the election gets closer. But I just want to let people know that, and it's not a sob fest. It's just, if you can go through these things and still find a way to smile on the way out, I think that's very important to keep your mental sanity. Um, so, hug the one you're with. If you're not with them, I hope you do find them. I hope you guys connect again. And if not, just take a walk out by yourself. It's a beautiful fall day, and, I feel like God gives us these days to take advantage of. So I'll see you in the next podcast. In the meantime, take care of yourselves.